So today we're going to go for a hike at the Hardtimes Trail, which is located in the Pisgah National Forest or the Bent Creek Experimental Forest. This is the trailhead right here. You've got parking. You've got a map. Some rules. You've got you got an air pump for your bike and some repair tools. And you've got a bathroom at the trailhead. So parts of the trail allow for hiking, biking, and even some areas for horseback riding. So just be aware of your surroundings. See who's, try to look out for anybody that's coming out from behind you or in front of you. Some areas are just pedestrian, just for hiking, but other areas are mixed. And I'm not gonna record every single step of this hike. That would be very boring. So I'm just gonna present you with the highlights. You've got little creeks and streams pretty much along the entire path of your walk. And as you can see, there's like a little path that goes across the way here. If you want to walk across the stream, you can take a little side trail. But, the sound of water definitely makes this really nice, serene, peaceful hike. So after you come down the main entrance, the trailhead, if you come down that little hill, you come to a fork in the road. And so if you go to the right, this goes towards Lake Powhatan. And if you go to the left, this goes towards the Arboretum. And then here, you got a little bit of a pool where you can definitely dip your toes and sit here and relax. Got a little, the sound of water again is really nice and beautiful. So we're going to go toward the right first, go toward Lake Powhatan. As you head toward Lake Powhatan, you come to another little fork. You got this little concrete bridge here that goes over the stream. And this, I would say, is more of a bike path. I mean, you can hike here too, but there's some really steep hills that are really good for mountain biking. If you go toward the left there, if you go toward the right, that is more of a hiking trail, I would say. And you'll see this little sign that says service road. Sometimes this area is closed, but usually it's open and you can access it. And this will take you to the lake. And we've got a little smiley face greeting us. So right now, we're at the lake. That's the trail I came off of. There's porta potties here usually. And here is Lake Powhatan. There is a little dock here that you can fish from. And as you can see from this sign, there's no swimming in this area. There's just fishing allowed. But if you do want to swim, there is a beach. The water is ice cold, as is most bodies of water around here. But you can get to the beach driving through the Bent Creek Experimental Forest. I believe it's a campsite, Lake Powhatan Recreational Area, I believe it's called. I may have to look that up and correct it. But you have to pay a fee to get in there. But if you don't want to pay that fee, you can take this paved road all the way to the end. Make a left by where the lake is done. There's a little unmarked trail there. It's muddy and it's not really that easy to traverse, but it can be done. It's not that difficult. And it'll get you to the beach. That way you don't have to pay a fee. And as you can see, there's no lifeguard or anything there. The water isn't great. It's not that clean. Wouldn't be my first choice of, places to come and swim. But if you're in a bind and you live in this area or you're visiting this area, you can come here and take a dip in the cold water. All right, so got done with Lake Powhatan, and we're going to walk back towards the Arboretum now. So we are back to that original fork we were at. There's that little pool of water. We had gone right toward Lake Powhatan. Now we're going to go left towards the North Carolina Arboretum. This is another beautiful walk. The creek does run alongside this path. So let's keep going. And there's little areas along the path here. Like I said, the stream runs pretty much the entire way along the path. You can always just dip your feet into the water at any point. There's little pools areas where there's little pools. Or if you have a little bit of a clearing, you can just walk down to the creek and dip your toes in. Or if you have your pet with you, and let your little puppy or whatever dip their toes into the water and cool off a bit. So I'm a little disappointed right now. As you can see, this trail is called Carolina Mountain Trail. There's a series of little side trails off of the main trail here, and this is probably my favorite one. It runs along this little stream, and there's a couple of little cute little bridges, wooden bridges, and it's really nice, really peaceful. Some benches you can sit and relax by the creek, have a little picnic, read a book, do whatever. But right now the bridge is closed, under construction, so we cannot get in there. So another one of those little side trails is Creekside Trail, and it's exactly what it says. You get off the main trail and there's this little trail that runs along the creek, or crick, depending on where you're from. And it's just a little loop. It just loops around and brings you right back out to the main trail. I don't know if there's one here, but a couple of these have little benches where you can sit and relax. Or they have little clearings like this where you can sit. And again, if you want, you can dip your toes into the water, cool off, let your four-legged friend cool off. This is the Creekside Trail. So maybe just 100 yards after I exited the first Creekside Trail, here is another Creekside Trail. How you doing? Here's one of those benches I was talking about. With a perfect view of the creek. So as you guys can see, there's a bunch of other paths and trails going in all kinds of directions. Going to the gatehouse where you would have to pay to get into the arboretum, etc., etc. So I am done with today's hike. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you're in this area and you're looking for a simple hike that isn't very straining and you will enjoy, give this a shot. This is the Hardtimes Trailhead.